next up, one of my favorites, which is Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah.
In my personal opinion, it's the best Star Wars game that's ever been made, strictly because I don't know if it's because I grew up in the generation of like the make your own storybooks. And so, like it's like, oh, if you want to do this, flip to page 37. And then you keep reading the story from there. Like they always had those at the book fair. And Knights of the Old Republic is that in a video game, in a Star Wars game, and the story's really good. So you get to like, make your own. Is it an RPG? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah.
In the gaming world. So you get to choose your own things, and it's kind of open world, and you're still playing a story mode at the time. You get to build your own saber, even though the graphics, I mean, it's older. It's not like you're building a Fallen Order saber, but I think it's a great game. I'm currently playing through it on YouTube. Shameless plug. You can find that link in the description.
I know this was a big game. When this game came out,
Yeah.
it changed a lot. I personally did not own the game. I know playing a little bit over my friend's house, and like I said, going over my friend who was a big Star Wars fan. I know this one, when you could hear the buzz, you could hear that this is one that kind of switched the game up for a lot of people. And I know that's all they talked about, and it's countless hours of playing this game.
Yeah.
So, and then the characters just became so popular, so big that now you see them, and we want them in live action.
Mhm.
You see them cosplaying all the time at any convention you go to. Some of their figures are worth a lot of money right now. I know the Funko Pops were very popular when they came out.
Yeah.
So definitely this has to be up there. I know if we didn't put it up there, they'll be coming for us.
No, I think it's got to be at the top. No, you're definitely right. It was a big deal when it came out. I don't remember that much attention going to a Star Wars game before it. And it was just well received pretty universally. I mean, the idea that you got to be this Jedi who became whatever
Spoiler alert.
you chose.
No, go ahead. All right, spoiler alert.
Oh,
I was just going to
are we
spoiler
doing
alert so you
spoilers?
can.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, the game's 20 years old. I mean,
Well, I guess the cool thing about the game is depending on how you chose to play it, you either proved that evil stays evil or evil can be redeemed, right? And so two very different endings depending on how you played it for that character.
Yeah.
And it's a character people are still wanting to see, right? Like you're constantly having people like, when are we going to get Revan, right? And so,
I mean,
I think it's got to be at the top. It was such a great game.
To me, it's the top. I never owned the game. I'm waiting for it to be. Now I know I could get the old game and you could play it like cheap plug. Will's playing it right now, right? But I'm waiting for the remastered.
Yeah.
I know they got some people say it get canceled. It didn't get canceled, but just to show you how much that this game is so popular and the character, I pre-ordered the hot toy of Revan.
Oh wow! So you're gonna have like Revan in your room.
It's not a cheap at all, but just to know the impact that this game had, that then it created an argument, right? The big argument was who's better, Revan or Darth Vader, right? And me, I'm more of the movie. Like you can even ask Tony, if it wasn't movies, I didn't watch it. I didn't pay attention to it. Like, I didn't watch Rebels when it first came out. I didn't watch Clone Wars. Yes, this was a video game, but to me, I felt like, oh, these are Star Wars characters, but they're not canon. They're not real. Like, George didn't do this, So I was one of those people that Vader would destroy him, but just to know the popularity, just from a video game. And obviously, there's books and, a Revan and his whole story. But man, like I said, he's so big, so it has to be a top there.
Yep.
No, I agree. Now, when you get to the second one, though, I don't think it's still good, but I don't think it's as good as the original.
There's some people, it wasn't the same. I remember hearing people saying it's good, but it's not, like you said, not better than the first one. Yeah. I still feel, I don't know if it's A material. I don't know. I didn't feel the buzz was big when they came out. Then afterwards, you kind of just heard, kind of died, and everybody's still talking about the first one. So I don't know what you guys think.
I think they tried to recreate. I mean, you had that big story plot twist in the first one. They tried to do something similar with it, but it wasn't the same, right? I mean, the core game was pretty similar, right, in terms of you earn skills and equipment and all that. And it was a lot of fun, but the story just didn't quite have the same lasting effect as that first one did.
You do get some cool characters though introduced. Like you get those Sith Lords. That's pretty awesome. And of course, like they add a lot of features and force powers to it. Like they didn't strip anything back from it. It's just sometimes simple is best.
Which I do have to say, going back to the first one, HK-47 is probably one of the best Star Wars characters ever written.
Yes. Yes.
And I loved everything he said in that game, and him constantly trying to get you to murder everyone.
I'm with you.
Thought about that. Yeah.
Also, not a big fan of Mission Veo.
My god,
she gets on my nerves.
Imagine a kid playing that, murdering everybody.
Y'all think this is A or B? It's not lower than B, but I don't know if it's higher either. I don't know.
I could put it at either one, so I'll defer to you guys.
I
don't feel that strongly about A or B with this one. I could see either one.